Do we particularly come upon this video and say, what is he going to do next? Is he just going to show us a number? Will it be a show? Will it be an introduction? What is going to happen? What am I going to see? How will I perceive the reality? How will I perceive his reality and understand in my reality if his fictive reality can ever, how can I say this? Well, let's just do it, right? What do we have? I got the letter N, I got the letter N, I got the letter N. Because we added on the secondary factor to the N, you see something completely different. This can be the letter P. Now look at the angle it's on. Why is everything distorted? Why isn't it perfect? Maybe because perfect is in the middle over here, where to over here, perfect is perfect. But to everybody else's reality, it's not perfect. Number 39, 10 and 10 in two different languages. One they go with the T and one they go with the D. But when we sound it off in our own reality, and where do we find these numbers? They are the linkage inside the roulette table number combination between 16 and 19, 17 and 20, and 18 and 21, which brings up the seventh inning stretch. 18 and 21 outs, 39, equaling to number 10. The end. The end. T is the opposition of H. T and T comes together to create H. When you connect them, you just need two of the same design. Bring me two of them, please. Okay, touchdown. But now you got six. But in T, you only got two. We're not going to get on with that. This is the center of the heart of numerology. Okay, in the center of the numbers, where the linkage is, the separation linkage between 39 and 35 outside of 37, 39 red, 35 red, but 37 is black, but 3 and 7 numbers is not black. And it is also the same Pythagorean count in Nibiru, in which the free opposition is 73 equaling to 146, and which revelates, which means it's equality of numbers, equals to Zion, Israel, 64. 0 is also number 64, which creates, okay, MB in your computer, 10 MB, which is 6 and 4, 10, 6 by 4, 24, equaling to 34, representing ONE, 1. And 1 times 3 and 1 plus 3, because 1 has to go in between a minimum of 2. Otherwise, it's not 1 at all. It's not in the center. It could be 1 next to 1. They each have their own center. Their each center is 5. 5 to the center of 1, the ring around 1. See that over here? This over here says cat 24. It has a 0 in it, becomes 30, becomes 36. TD is 36, creation of the 9 lives of the cat. This is Roman numeral 9. The X is a representation of 10 and 24, which is 6 and 4 created, which creates Zion, Israel, and at the same time 0, and here it creates 9/11, where T and D come to the same figuration and say 76. 37, 74, 5. 14, 23, 32 is the number of 36. The center added up together of those numbers is the number 74. Above and below, 37. Connecting at 17 and 20. 17, 20. 0 equals 6. 6 and 2 and 20. The factuation about that, let me explain it again. 20 and 17 come together here. 3 and 7 come together here. So we created two worlds, the 10 and the 20. The JT, Jack 10. Bringing that the world of blackjack, but we're not going to get into that. 7 by 3, 21. 7 and 3 is 10. 4 and 6 is 10. 3 and 7, 1 and 9 is 10. 2 and 8 is 10. 10, Jack, Queen, King. The realities of all the 10s connecting are the 10 and the picture cards. Did you understand that? 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40 for the 10s. Let's call it the game of blackjack. He is an 8 and wheat, standing under the IT system of the suns, because this is what this represents. 8, 21, 9, 20, 29, 29. The cube connects. This 37, okay, 74 is the heart, 74 is Jesus. 7 times 4 is a cycle. 4 is the middle of 7. 4 in piano of 7, where 7 and 8, H and G, are actually G and A and H and A. G, H, and A. Because the piano starts over the cycle. So it's like me saying, okay, sir, here's a gear number 3, and then here's another gear number 3, and then here's another gear number 3, and here's another gear number 3. And okay, we're running everything off of gear number 3. All sets. Set number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals 49, and the reconnecting set of ABC after the 48 plus 4 keys on the piano, right? 7 by 7 is 49. 48 is actually the square. 6 by 8 is 48 and 14 equaling to 62. And 6 and 2 on the piano do not have a black key to one side of it. It's empty of a void. 2 letters come together. It's like almost saying, is it A, B, and then saying EF? Is that where no black keys show up? So it's telling us that is its reality. That is my perception. That is the truth of all the people I speak to that know piano. We've all said yes to the same reality. Understanding that that concept would work. Don't forget it's a concept, it's an equation. 12. What is 12? 12 is 3 outs in 12 innings, and 36 of 2 teams is 72. 72 times 5 is 360 degrees around the 12-hour clock. We need at least 2 clocks to make the 24 hours, equaling to 720 again. 9 times 8 equals 72. 7 and 2 equals to the 2 numbers in Nibiru. 7 times 2, 7 plus 2 equals N and I. 2 equals to the B in Nibiru. Then I equals to the next one, 7 plus 2. R equals to the 9 and 9, 18 in Nibiru. U equals to creation of all, and I don't know where I am right now, but I've created 3 by 3 inside 2 nines. 3 by 3, 9, 3 by 3, 9, which is 21. Don't forget, it's in the factor of 5 by 3, 6 by 3, 7 by 3. 6 and 7 is the reality of 1 and 6 when the light comes in. What is the relative perception of your own? I only can have a guess. I'm not a scientist, but if you tell me what you're all thinking, I can put your realities together. What is this over here? When 1 comes in between C and C, it is a connector between the two, bringing all 3 worlds together. And let's say we have center field to a field. Or if you're playing baseball, you're going to go into one corner of the field, and then you're going to go to the other guys. But otherwise in football, you play from one land to the X land, and you bridge them. Here is number 5. Here is number 2. In their own realities of gematria, not in gematria, sorry, we're going to use regular numbers and low shu. This link here and this link here is 1 and 4 or 3 and 4. This link here is 7 and 6, 9 and 6. This link over here, again, is going to be 7 and 4, or it's going to be 8 and 3. This link over here is going to be 3 and 6 or 2 and 7. Now, what are we going to do with those links? And that's your links. And we've did the whole thing. Where would you like to go? Everyone has its own domain. We need a railway to get there, right? Have you ever thought of Earth, eternal Earth? Eternal, right? Eternity. What an eternity be is like, I got my 1, and everybody, as far as I can think, has their 1 because I run out of memory. I run out of memory. I run out of the opposition of memory. So if I have to go and think of something else, I will have to use more memory or delete or to migrate memory. Migrating memory means it'll be there somewhere. I'll probably never need it ever again, and if I do, I'll remember at that time. That's eternal memory. I call it migrating memory only when you need it. You don't need to have it if you don't need to use it. You need to use it, you got it, and it's there, but you don't have to remember because you never forgot. Somebody else in the system has remembered it for you because as it's going on in the system, it may happen to somebody else in front of you. And all of a sudden, you remember something you weren't thinking about from a time of the time you forgot completely, didn't care. But now you do, and it's just a big memory for the moment. And life goes on, and we have to let those things go. The passions and the compassions, our own reality is we are a cell. If this cell of who we are does not exist in mind, we do not carry on. We can never come back. We can think we can come back, but we can't. How can we ever think to come back? Unless somebody helps us. That's why we need the helpers. There's always got to be a helper somewhere rolling around. That when you roll around with everybody else is round, when there's 26 of them here surrounding you, whoever you are is 26 times your value. eliminating, okay, their own minds. 2 here and 2 here, 2 and 2. These two come together, these two. If you take these 4 minds, and reality that either you can use these two spinning 4 around 2, spinning 4 around 2. The corners are 1 and 9, 10, 10, 2, 4 is your mind at work. The 10% of your mind at work is all you need for it to go and get what it needs. It doesn't need anything else because it can't do anything else. It can use it as it goes because it's thinking and it's moving at the same time. It's relative to its own reality. What I'm going to be doing, what is this? This is 10 and 10 in 2 languages, French and English. This is 8 and 8. It says he. S and S comes for 7 and 7, the 7th gate. Everything is relevant to its own reality. 11 is very special. It's E and O. 15 and 5. The 3 times, it's 3 times and 1. It's 3 sides and 1. It's 3 sides and 1. It's 2 sides and 1, equaling to half. But it's 3 sides and 1 equaling to whole. 2 sides and 1 is half. 3 sides and 1 is whole. That's the reality. So that's what I would have to work on. This says 11 and 11. This says 1, 0, 1, 1. This one could become N and N, Ani. N and N, creating a cycle of the moon. East-west cycle, north-south, equaling to 40. Also saying once. This is your 40, the 2 letters that come together. It's like the H and the I. Here's your E and your O, the same way as your E, E, E. Let's replace this E and put it here. It ends. Let's replace the E. It's O. It's, first of all, this says her, vain, and now it says ol, ole, elo, von. So I would have to replace each one and play its combinations for a better understanding. Take out the E, 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 and it says to rise. Do's and 11 are inside of each other. So therefore 11 and 12, and in the game of the 7th gate, craps. These 2 numbers are outside of the point. You make this one or this one, you keep rolling until you make a point. This one will become a winner, this one will become a loser. This one has an outlay of 6 and 6 and 1 and 1 to the 7th world, both paying 30 to 1. This one I'm not sure, I think it pays 7 or 8 to 1. Is it 15 to 1, 6 and 5? I think this is 30 to 1. This one here becomes 1 and 2. This becomes your 11 ball. Why does it become your 11 ball? Because 12 is 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 equals 12. This is the 11. 1 plus 11, and this is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 11, 1 and 1 is 2. So the 3 ball and the 12 ball, 1 and 2 is 3. Or the 11 ball, 1 and 1 is 2. Inside the 12 ball, do you follow what I'm saying? I seem to not be able to understand it myself, but what I'm trying to say is that the red ball in pull is the 3 and the 11, and the red ball, the number 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. So it makes a whole 3. 3 is, we have to understand how we get to levels of numbers in their own reality. If we need number 8, we will go 6 and 1, 5 and 1, 4 and 1, 3 and 1. That when 3 and 1 will take 3. 3 and 3 is 6 and 1 is 7. That's the first one. After this one, we start it this way. We take the 1s, keep it in the center. 4, 3 is a center, and a 1 is 8. 5, 2 is a center, and a 1 is 8. 6, 1 is a center, 1 is 8. This is the way we make 8. 7 and 1, 7 and 1, 7 and 1. Again, back to Nibiru. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need the 3 levels, and we need the middle and the lower side, and the center and the above side, creating the tails. If we want to go to 9, this number will now change. This number will now be 6 and 3. This number over here will not exist because it will exist inside of another one of these numbers. So I'm going to just do this up really, really quick. And if it was 9, it would have to be 5, 2, and 2. If it was 9, it would have to be 5, 1, and 3. If it was 9, it would have to be 4, 1, and 4. If it was 9, it would have to be 3, 1, and 5. Okay, so we have them already. 9, 9, 9, 9. Now we can roll these on a dice. I cannot roll an 8 on a dice. That's why I show two numbers. This is the letter N. This is the letter M. This is the letter O. This is the letter M. This is the letter Y. So this is what I would get from building this kind of 9, because I cannot build a 9 any other way but having something with 6 and under, and I need 2 dice to create anything at 9. 1 cannot be created. 1 is the total of the dice. 1. 1 is on 1 dice, but when you have 2 dice, 1 cannot be created. Only a 2 dice can be created. That's why I marked the 2 dice over here, because it takes this number twice, okay, and 5 to create the 9. That's not the same way I really want to say it. I need 2 dice to create 9. So it's the 2 world. This one, I can use 2 dice to create my 7, but to create a 9, I need 2 dice. I need 2 dice because the highest one is 6. If I want to do 7, 8, or 9, I mean 8 or 9, the 7 is already the calculation of this. But if I want to do the 8 or the 9, it takes 2 dice to create the 8 or the 9. That's why I'm saying, so 1 and 6 does not create the 8 and 9. So 2 and 6 does not create a 9 and 9, but 3 and 6 does. And 4 and 5 does. Those are the only 2. So along with that, I would go 4 and 5, 3 and 6. Plus, I need to create its own dice in its own world. So I put it with 1 or 2 for the level. 4 and 3 plus 1 is 8. 4 and 3 plus 2 is 9. There is no other. 7 plus 1, 7 plus 2, 8 and 9. There is no other. The total of the opposites of the 7th gate are 8 and 9. There is no other. I still don't like the way I said it, but if you don't understand, or you can re-explain what I said to you, maybe I fully don't understand it myself, and I'll just write it down until I completely do understand it myself. But I'm still missing a good piece of something I wrote down yesterday. I don't know where it is, and I'm going to look right over here. The Aleph letter, okay, has a left leg and a right leg. I take the Y letter and I recreate the Aleph inside of it with the Y, okay? What I do is I go Y backwards to Y. Looks like 2 chimneys. And then I put a bridge across for the A. And then I have my roadway. This is the one light, and then here would be the second light, and here would be the third light, and here would be the fourth light, and we're walking all the way down this area over here. Or this is the crown that the Jackson Kings are wearing on their heads. When you take a look at the Jackson Kings, their hair says B, E, D. Yeah, you see it. It says it. You found all the clues. Great. How long is a sentence? A sentence is 25 years to life. Or is a sentence, sent, entity, entrance, from 2 to 5 years to 2 lives. 52. Sentence ends with the period. The period is read Nibiru, the end of the period. Y and 1 leg off the Y creates Y25 and reduces it to X24. How do we connect Y to X? Well, we reduce the number by 1. It becomes 49. 25 and 24 or 1. Or 1 and 25 equals the 26th letter Z, connecting the top part of the X and the side with the N, NZ. 40 to this equals to 64, Zion, Israel. Z, X, Y, and N, Zion, Israel. The realities of these, okay, these are touching the outside numbers. Here's 1, here's 3, here's 7, here's 9. You're not touching 5, but the reality is if there's an I on the inside of this, it marks the middle number. The middle ones are I, J, T. The M tells you 2 sides. So they're all telling you different parts of shapes. They all have their own value. So what am I getting, honey? Well, I'm going to get you 25 years to life. The cat has 9 lives. The difference is 9 and 16 is 25. 1 and 6 is the time of flight. Add up 1 to 16 and equals 136. It says touchdown. The light has arrived. 1 and 6. 1 and 6. 7. 6 and 5, 11. 7, 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 56, 11. 30 creation. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 and 6, 11. Equals to 41. How do you make creation? It's 31. 3 in its place. 7 times 3. Oh, at the same time, do you see what this does? Look, the deer has antlers. The deer has antlers. Deer, Aleph. EF, 5 and 6. 1, 1 and 2. The queen, A and L. A-E-L, O-L. O-Lef, or the leaf, or the O-leaf. Why do we say this? A divides two sides. It shows an in between the two sides, and here's the open space up here, and here's up here. But she's her own trunk. Okay, this is E and L because it says L-le, Avva. This is French. We have to speak French. You speak Hebrew, you speak French. You got to switch around these languages. What do you think? It just came in that easy? Like if I'm going to learn this, I'm going to learn it because I'm English. I'm going to learn it because I'm German. I'm going to learn this because I'm Greek, because I'm Italian. I'm going to learn it because I'm Arabian. No, I'm going to learn it because of what everybody else already knows in their own language. I'm going to say, like, if they said, I did it, he did it, we did it, they did it. No, we all did it. I just took all of yours, whatever you do in your language, and because I don't know it at all, right, mostly not stupid or ignorant, but just the capacity to know all, is time. That's why we need time, because time is the travel of thought. So thought travels, it takes time, you get it back, you remember, you know how to do it, you do it as fast as you can think, right? Because you'd make every member do it as fast as it can do it. The day to rest is always in September. They call September the 7th month. I don't know why. September says the month of the scepter. Month of the scepter is held in the sentence of September. The day of the 7th day brings on delight. I like that I did that part. I'm gonna waste this paper. And on the back side, let's see. I think I was talking about unlimited or infinity. And the way I see it is I just like to look at it this way. Indian, Eskimo, Asian, Russian, Alaska. Somehow the doorstep to reality. Somewhere right there. Sorry that I'm wasting paper. Hopefully I'm going to recycle. Take out what this notation is, and I'm happy I did that. Although I did say 3 stupid things. I called somebody a fucking JEW the other day because he almost drove over me with his truck, driving in the wrong lane, driving in a lane for bicycles. The mountains and the rivers, how we pass over things and in between. If the river is going from the north to the south, then it's not going from the east to the west unless it's a snake, right? If it's a snake, we still know it's in between the boundaries and still going in a direction. It's not going around like this, otherwise it's going down the sink. So here's east-west, and here's north-south coming through. So one of them is the boundaries, okay? We need to connect things together. All these connections will give us our numbers. We don't need the pieces and parts. We just need to know the connectors. What's inside, we don't need to know. What's outside, we do need to know, because the outside will not reflect the inside. So the last thing I think I was going to mention, I think it was on my thought, was the 866. But this 6 makes this 7, makes this, okay, look like 7 and 7, 5 and 1. This shows me what I can do with my lower 2 in order to create 6, since I can't create 6 from 6 unless I add 0. And then 6 and 4 creates 10, and 6 and 7 create 13. Where the reflection of 6 and 7 is 6 and 1, and the reflection of 6 and 4 is 9 and 4. Why? Because when we bring up this baby over here, okay, the 9 and 4 connects in the 13 world with the 3 and 4. The 6 and 9 connect together when they create the number 2 from the last design I showed you. Or depending on which instrument I'm using, it could create with number 3 and 6, the number 2. But with this calculator standing up, if this is up, unless on the calculator the reality is this is up, What reality would this say? E719, whatever this is. This could be 2 letters. I don't know, but right now I'm just doing it this way because I haven't seen anything that fits the balance to be able to let me talk that way. Okay. Groups of 7, 8, and 9. 1 and 7, 2 and 7, 1 and 8, and 2 and 8 will create 7 and 10 worlds in both of them, 2 and 8. And here, when you add the 1 and 2, both of the 7th gates together, with 1 equaling to 8 and 2 equaling to 9, when you add them together, it equals to 10. 7 and 0 equals to the 7th gate. How do you create the 7th gate in 8? 1 and 0. Anyways, we're going to leave it at that because I think I've famished myself. I just know the reality is true, but if you can't explain it for the reality to be true to all, then I'm not going to ask you to believe. So please wipe from the slate the last 3 minutes. Thank you for watching this video.